Time Warner Cable is pleased to be an underwriting sponsor for Carolina Week.
Coming up on the January 30th edition of Carolina Week.
I'm Javon Vitale. A family feud turns deadly and the suspect has ties to UNC.
We'll have campus reaction to John Edwards' decision to drop out of the presidential race.
In sports, Campbell and NC Central took a swing at the heels to see if Carolina could ace the competition.
Weathercaster Katie Costa will have your Carolina Week 4-day forecast.
All that and a guy who gets up early to take us for a spin. Carolina Week starts right now.
From the James F. Goodman Studio in the School of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, connecting campus and community, this is Carolina Week.
Hello and welcome to the Wednesday edition of Carolina Week. I'm Sarah Huffman.
And I'm Adam Rue. Thank you for joining us. One man is dead, another is behind bars accused of shooting his son-in-law outside a Carborough Food Lion. Carolina Week's Javon Vitale live in the studio with the latest. Javon?
Good evening, Adam. Shoppers were on their way to get groceries Monday night when a single gunshot changed everything. The sound of business as usual at this Carborough Food Lion. But Monday night, this parking lot was the scene of a murder. Police say at about 6 p.m., this man, identified as 65-year-old Garland McCrae King Jr., was involved in an argument with his son-in-law, 59-year-old James Kenneth Imonti. Carborough Police spokesman Captain J.G. Booker says the situation then turned violent.
It reported that shots had been fired or a gunshot and that someone was injured at that location.
Police arrived and found Imonti face down in the ground with a gunshot wound to the back. Officers found King in his car along with a handgun. They arrested him and charged him with first-degree murder. The motive, a family feud.
It's our understanding it was a son-in-law, father-in-law type situation. I don't know about a prolonged history, but we did understand at the scene that there was some agitation.
King is also an employee of the UNC Medical School. A UNC spokeswoman says King was a part-time employee since February 2002. He would role-play as a sick patient for med school students. Carborough residents feel this is an isolated incident and hope it doesn't happen again.
Yeah, I feel safe. It was just random. I think I might be on the lookout, but I think that was very personal and it could have been handled differently.
One man who didn't want to be identified said King was a nice guy who cares about the local kids, making this killing all the more harder to understand. Adam?
Javon Vitale starting us off tonight. Thank you.
With the first day of official campaigning in the books, the Battle of the Billboards has begun. Candidates and their supporters gathered outside Lenore Hall on Tuesday to spread their messages. Huge billboards displayed slogans and logos, while campaigners carried posters and passed out flyers. Signs and supporters represent both the student body and senior class presidential candidates. Billboards are also placed throughout the main quad and outside student stores. One of the SBP candidates looking for your vote is Logan Lyles, a junior from Zebulon, North Carolina, double majoring in history and political science. Stacey Putzakulish has a look at Lyles and his platform.
UNC junior Logan Lyles is one of 3 candidates running for student body president. With the campaign fully underway, Lyles tells us what he feels the next 2 weeks will bring.
I see a lot of work ahead, and it's going to take a lot of time, but if you want to represent students, represent to the board of trustees, you have to put in the time, and I'm willing to do that because I want to make sure that the board of trustees hears the student voice.
Lyles says the important thing now is to go out and connect with students. His staff follow the same philosophy, according to staff member James Ebby.
Trying to reach out to people and connect to them, and get them to connect to Carolina.
Connect to Carolina is the slogan of Lyles' campaign.
Has the idea of that at Carolina, students are the most dynamic force.
Ebby gives us a more in-depth look at what Connect to Carolina really means.
Connect to Carolina is based on the simple principle that there's a gap between what students need and want and what the university and state are willing to provide. And Connect to Carolina is about bridging that gap.
As Lyles and his staff try to connect students to Carolina, some students, such as senior Christina Smith, are already connecting to Lyles.
All week I've been hearing a lot, and especially about his slogan, Connect to Carolina, and although there's a few weeks left, I think he has my vote since I've heard so many good things about him and his campaign.
Lyles will have to wait until February 12th to find out just how many students are connected to Carolina. In Chapel Hill, I'm Stacey Putzakulish, Carolina Week.
Next week, we'll look at Lyle's opponents, J.J. Rayner and Kristen Hill, and we'll have live election returns coverage on the 12th.
In addition to those candidates, there are 3 sets of hopefuls for senior class president and vice president. James Shelley and Pinar Gurrell were all smiles in the pit Tuesday. With only 2 weeks until the election, Gurrell danced her poster around, hoping to attract potential voters. The duo is focused on improving the class campaign, on community and career services, and on senior participation. The plan for next week is top secret, but Shelley and Gurrell are definitely pumped up.
My name is James Shelley.
And I'm Pinar Gurrell.
We would like to be your senior class presidents for the class of 2009. We have an exciting platform which I hope you'll check out on the web.
www.unc.edu/JP09.
The elections are Tuesday, February 12th, and we'll have live results that night.
There's one less Republican hopeful in the presidential race. Former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani is reportedly dropping out and throwing his support to the Republican frontrunner, John McCain. Carolina senior Michael Hudson isn't surprised Rudy's out.
I saw it coming. I was really disappointed with his strategy to go to Florida and skip New Hampshire, skip Iowa, skip South Carolina.
The pool of candidates vying for the White House is smaller on the Democratic side as well.
With Elizabeth, with my family, with my friends, with all of you and all of your support, this son of a mill worker is going to be just fine. Our job now is to make certain that America will be fine.
Former North Carolina Senator John Edwards announced today that he's withdrawing. He made the announcement in New Orleans, where he kicked off his campaign.
Do not walk away from what's possible, because it's time for all of us together to make the two Americas one. Thank you, God bless you, and let's go to work.
Obama supporter John Scotton hopes Edwards endorses his candidate.
Obama, he really carries Edwards' message well, and it seems like, going through the debates, Edwards and Obama have really kind of got along a little bit better than Edwards and Clinton.
The frontrunners head into Super Tuesday next week for an all-out battle for their party's nominations. A religious disagreement is hitting close to home for UNC students.
Coming up, reporter Aaron Franklin tells us about the controversy that's dividing a popular Christian youth group.